Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that a synagogue in Tehran was completely destroyed in Israeli strikes overnight. According to Iranian media, the Rafi Synagogue was hit after an adjacent residential building in central Tehran was attacked. Footage showed civil defense workers sifting through rubble with Hebrew-language books scattered. Homayoun Sanae, a Jewish representative in Iran's Islamic Consultative Assembly, condemned the attack, stating that the Zionist regime showed no mercy during Jewish holidays and that Torah scrolls were lost. Judaism is a recognized minority religion in Iran, which hosts a small Jewish community. These strikes were part of wider overnight attacks across Iran, which killed at least 15 people in total, including 6 in Pardis and 9 in Shahryar. Taiwan's main opposition leader, Cheng Li-won of the Kuomintang Party, has arrived in China for a rare 6-day peace mission, NPR reports. The visit comes amidst escalating military drills by China around the Democratic Island, which Beijing claims as its territory, and as the U.S. pressures Taiwan to increase defense spending on American weapons. Cheng emphasized the necessity of dialogue with Beijing to avert war, stating, "Preserving peace is preserving Taiwan." China's State Council's Taiwan Affairs Office has hailed the visit as having a significant and positive impact on cross-strait stability. Cheng is expected to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing. While some Taiwanese businessmen are hopeful for closer ties, others express skepticism, highlighting the divergence between KMT's pro-China stance and the ruling Democratic Progressive Party's pro-U.S. leanings. The visit also precedes a planned summit next month between President Trump and Xi Jinping, where Taiwan is a key agenda item. Taiwan's government remains cautious, reminding Cheng she lacks authorization to negotiate on Taipei's behalf. Lion Hezbollah reports that the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, issued a stark warning to Iranian citizens on Tuesday, April 7, 2026, advising them to avoid train travel and proximity to railway lines across Iran until 9 p.m. local time, 1:30 a.m. Singapore time Wednesday. The warning, disseminated in Persian on social media, explicitly stated that being on trains or near railway lines would endanger lives. This marks the first instance of such a public warning targeting infrastructure, typically preceding an attack. According to a Bloomberg report, the advisory comes amid heightened tensions, with U.S. President Donald Trump having escalated threats to destroy Iran's civilian infrastructure if a ceasefire agreement was not reached by Tuesday. Iran, however, rejected a draft proposal for a temporary ceasefire, demanding a permanent cessation of hostilities. Given Iran's extensive railway network, which serves both passenger and cargo transport and connects to neighboring countries like Turkey and Azerbaijan, the efficacy of the warning is uncertain, especially due to widespread internet restrictions imposed by the Iranian government. NPR reports that the 4-astronaut crew of NASA's Artemis 2 mission is now on its way back to Earth after successfully completing a record-breaking trip around the Moon. The Orion capsule traveled farther than any other humans before, reaching a maximum distance of 252,756 miles from Earth, surpassing the Apollo 13 mission's record by 4,111 miles. During their lunar flyby, the crew experienced a 40-minute radio blackout as they rounded the far side of the Moon. The astronauts conducted extensive geological observations of about 35 sites on the lunar surface, taking thousands of photos and relaying real-time insights on color changes to scientists at Mission Control. They also had the unique opportunity to witness a solar eclipse, observing the sun's corona as the Moon transited it. Additionally, the crew dedicated an unnamed crater to Commander Reed Wiseman's late wife. As they return, the crew continues to perform critical flight tests on the Orion spacecraft, including radiation shield deployment and manual flight maneuvers. The mission will culminate in a high-speed re-entry on Friday, with the capsule enduring extreme temperatures before splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. This nearly 10-day test flight will provide crucial data for future human missions to the Moon, planned as early as 2028. NHK reports that Japan's Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae expressed a readiness to hold separate telephone discussions with U.S. President Donald Trump and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. Speaking in the Upper House Budget Committee, Takaichi stated her intention to engage in negotiations. Following a briefing on Foreign Minister Motegi Toshimitsu's call with his Iranian counterpart, Abbas Araghchi, the Prime Minister underscored the necessity of communicating with both American and Iranian officials. She hopes that if a call with President Pezeshkian materializes, she can discuss ensuring safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Additionally, Takaichi plans to convey concerns that severe attacks on Iran's neighbors and infrastructure destruction would lead to a prolonged crisis across the Middle East, highlighting Japan's historical ties with Iran and its alliance with the United States. She said, while uncertain if Japan can mediate, she will explain her perspective to both nations and stress the importance of a swift resolution to the situation. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.